happens if one of the parties is working under the table? Hi, I'm Alycia Kinchloe, the owner of Kinchloe Law, a family law practice based in the Philadelphia area. Now, we've been doing several videos talking about child support and some of the issues that come up when you have different types of earnings or different types of income. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is when one of the parties is working under the table. Now, the way that child support is established in Pennsylvania is that the income of both biological parents are considered. And generally, we are used to that income being wages or salaries that come from an employer that issues a W-2. But we know that people generally have different types of ways they earn their money. They can be a business owner, they can be part of the gig economy, they can be independent contractors. And so there's different ways that the court has to get the information to determine the monthly net income of each individual party. There's also an issue that we run into where people are working under the table. Now, sometimes I see that people are doing this to avoid paying child support, or it could simply be that they just have a hard time finding work that would pay them regular wages or even pay them as independent contractors. And so they do odds and end jobs here and there, or they have an employer that simply just doesn't pay them through the IRS or through the way they should pay them. So what happens in that type of situation? Now, as always, you want to speak to an attorney licensed in your state about the facts specific to your case. But generally, there are a multitude of ways to show, one, the income of a person who's working under the table, and two, the earning capacity of someone who's working under the table. So this issue really is twofold. It's getting at how much the person is actually earning and whether their earnings represent something under their earning capacity. So when we talk about looking at what they're actually earning, the court will usually issue in their notice to appear a list of things that people are supposed to submit ahead of their conference and ahead of any master hearings they're going to have. Those things include tax returns, it includes bank statements at times, it can also include their wage information. Now, if you are in a situation where you believe someone is hiding the income, you can ask for your case to be marked as complex and for there to be discovery. Generally in Pennsylvania, discovery is not something that happens automatically in a support case. So you want to make sure you understand what the local rules are in your area to make a request and whether or not it's appropriate to do so in your case to get at perhaps additional documents that can help you see the true earnings of a person who's working under the table. And some of those things you can ask for may be Cash App information, again, bank statements. If they're doing Uber or Lyft, which isn't really under the table, they are issued 1099s. You can ask for information regarding those accounts, their profiles, their dashboards, and any documents they may have received from either Uber or Lyft. But those are some of the ways that you can get at some of the earnings. You can also look at just, again, their bank statement. What type of money is coming in? How is it coming in? Are they making deposits? Are they cash deposits? Are they coming from a particular person or company? So those are some ways that you can get at what are people actually earning. Another thing you can get at, and this is kind of getting into the second part, is their earning capacity. We did a full video on this. I'm just going to touch on this briefly. But earning capacity is where someone isn't quite earning or may not be earning the amount of money they're capable of earning. And so through a series of questions and an analysis, a master can determine that someone has the earning capacity or the ability to earn a certain amount of money. They will look at things like the person's age, education, their health, and their past earning potential. They may also look at things like whether or not they have a driver's license and whether or not they have a criminal background. They may prevent them from maybe returning to a past type of work. Those are things that can be determined to determine whether or not a person actually has the ability to earn a certain amount of money. And if someone was, for example, earning maybe $60,000 a year doing a certain type of job, and now they're not quite working, maybe they're looking to go back to school, or they're looking to start a business and they haven't reached the earnings that they had in the past, the court can still impute an earning capacity to them, saying that nothing has kept you or changed that prevents you from earning what you were earning before, but you've chosen to not do that type of work. And because of that, they're going to treat you as if you do have the ability to earn that money. And when they determine your net monthly income, it can be based on that prior earning capacity or that prior earnings that you had. And that's whether you are the person receiving support or the person paying support. Now, when we take those coupled together, we look at not just those things, but we can also look at lifestyle. So that is something that comes up often in cases where maybe someone is self-employed or again underemployed or maybe working under the table. Sometimes I'll see clients bring in information or pictures, maybe posts on social media that suggest a person's earning capacity. And while it's not always definitive, sometimes it can be helpful if someone is showing that, saying on social media that they are purchasing cars or they're promoting a business or they're taking lots of trips. If it doesn't match up with the lifestyle and the earnings that they're telling them actually have, that can be something that the court can use to make a credibility finding to determine what a person's true earning capacity is. So if you have someone who's working under the table, again, the issue is twofold. Can you find out how much they're actually earning? And then the second part is there an earning capacity that can be imputed to them that can be used in place of actual earnings to determine the child support obligation? All right, so I hope to shed a little bit of light on what happens when someone's working under the table. It doesn't get you out of child support, and it doesn't mean that you cannot get child support just because someone is. You just have a little bit more work to do. All right, so make sure you hit subscribe on this channel and hit the little notification bell so that each time we drop a new video about divorce, custody, or support, you'll get a notification. All right, until next time, take care.